What's up everybody, this is Rob Jack. So today we are doing the next video in my Gran Turismo 3 Epic Races series. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Y'all are amazing. This is a little bit of an update video, but I am moving. My wife and I are moving. We are moving tomorrow. So this is my last video done in our current home. Nothing really changes. It's not going to be like substantial, but it's just fun to think about that. So I'm not going to put that in the title or anything, but we moved and it's pretty cool, or we are moving, and it's really exciting. So yeah, we're doing Gran Turismo 3 today. This is Epic Race again, playing as the Toyota GT1 road car. Kind of got, my tires weren't heated up, so I kind of slid a little bit there. There's plenty of AI fails to go around in this one. It's always fun to race on this course. Panos makes it fun. The G20 did this weird thing. I don't know. He decided to not brake. Sometimes, okay, I'll say this. I've said this before, and I'm just going to always repeat it, because if you're new to the channel, I say these things. A funny thing about this game is that cars do funny things when they are battling other people. They just do weird stuff. They just, like, what is the XJ20 doing right here? Just swerving in front of him? It's like he's a player. And the Esperante is spinning like a crazy person, just sliding all over the place. It's just great, and the AI just make the game so entertaining. I think that GT3 has the final version of the just hilarious old AI where they just make bad mistakes. Kind of like people, though. That's the thing. It's like there's a humanness to the AI back then because they're not perfect yet. GT4 and up, after the B-Spec mode got made, they just perfected the AI so much, and like almost to the point that ghost paths are a problem in 4, and they kind of fixed it a little bit in 5 and 6, and obviously Sport is more AI, or is less AI in 7. The later games don't really care about AI because they've made it so person-based and online focused. And so I don't know what I think about that. I miss the days of AI doing funny things. If you're new to the Gran Turismo series, I recommend trying some of these older games. Probably GT3 is your best bet unless you emulate GT1 and 2. 2 has the most unique cars ever. I totally ruined my comrade's race here. I don't know what he did. Look at this. This is like the old GT2 glitch where they just get stuck for a while. They just like don't move. I don't know what that was, but they do that in this game too. If you're new to the Gran Turismo series, I recommend playing 4 and 3 first. I think those are the best games that are very user-friendly, but also have massive layers of depth. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just going to kind of go on this little mini rant here with this. I just think that I think that you, at some point in your life, should play Gran Turismo 1 and 2, because Gran Turismo 1 started the whole thing, and there are cars in Gran Turismo 2 that never returned in any other game, which is fascinating to me. But those are not the priorities to me. If you came in at 5 or 6, if you came in the PS3 era, I recommend trying Gran Turismo 3 and 4. I think I'd recommend 4 first over 3 because there's just so much. But, well, I don't know. They're both amazing. I think I would pick either. You could do whichever one is cheaper. I recommend trying both 4 and 3. 3 because it's pretty simple to get into, because there's only like so many cars you could buy. There's no used car dealerships. It's not overwhelming to start a game of Gran Turismo 3. It's just like get all golds on the license or buy like one of 4 cars or 5 cars. It's pretty easy. But Gran Turismo 4 has a lot of options because of the used car dealerships coming back. But both those two games, there's just something about them. The preference on AI of the opponents is something that makes those games very special, and I think if most of you try it, you would come to agree. There's just something special about racing the AI and seeing them surprisingly do well in some races and then do ridiculous spins and just smash into each other, and there's just a specialness to it. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just sweet. It's so sweet. And so you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to do anything. I mean, it's not too expensive to get either of those two games, honestly. Gran Turismo 3 and 4 are very plentiful. I think it's pretty easy to get either one of them, and a PS2 is like $50, so you could do it. But the games still look good. I would say, of course, they're not going to look as good as 5 and 6. 6 looks amazing. 5 looks the premium cars look amazing in 5, but it's just those games have a there's just something about the having it be focused on collecting a massive lineup of cars, like a mad science experiment, just getting all these cars, testing out top speeds, testing out handling. It's just endless fun. And then, well, that's 4. And 3, it's more of the replayability of just watching the AI do ridiculous things. I feel like both those two games just have a special formula. If you want more AI replayability, play GT3. If you want more just massive amounts of car options, play 4. They're both amazing. I just recommend trying them. They're not very expensive, I don't think, and they're just so special. Watching the AI do hilarious things where it's generally like you know what's going to happen, but you don't know how it's going to happen, that's pretty great. So I hope I've convinced you, if you're new and you've never played any of the PS2 era Gran Turismo games, I think you'd come to find they're amazing. They're really, really great. There's just so much to see. There's so much to do. And the mechanics, I just feel like, are this perfect blend of being a little bit arcadey and very realistic. Does that make sense? I feel like 3 is the last arcadey Gran Turismo game, but still realistic, and 4 is the last realistic game with a hint of arcadiness. And then the rest of the games, it's pure arcade, but from 1 and 2, and then pure simulation from 5 up. Does that make sense? This is a long rant. I did not expect to talk about this, but and it's not a rant. Rant sounds negative. I think these games are amazing. You see, I've played 6 a lot. 5 Prologue is amazing. I don't like 5 because of the PP mode, and I don't like 5 because of locking prize cars behind the B-Spec mode, which was not a thing in 4. I don't know what that's all about, but 5 still is beautiful. It's a beautiful game. I'm not giving it a knock for that. It's just the mechanics were weird. They had to do something new. They were trying something new, but I don't like 5. 6 is just a better version of 5 in my opinion, but 6 and 5 look beautiful. Have aged phenomenally well, but I think when I would just see what people think, I'd love to see what people think in the comments. If you're still listening, if you've made this far, thank you for watching. But I just am very curious what people think of the idea of comparing 4 and 3 to... Well, I'm just curious what people think. What do people think of the 3 eras? I guess there's 4 eras now. The 4 eras of Gran Turismo. There's 1 and 2. There's the PS1 era, the PS2 era, and the PS3 era. And then there's like this weird like sport... I guess that's just the 4th era is Sport 7. That's just the new era. So there's 4. Anyway. What do y'all think of each one? Just write stuff. I read all the comments. I respond to most of them. If not, I give a little heart or something. But let me know what y'all think, because I'm very curious. What do people think of the eras? Like, if you've never played an era, I'm not going to judge you. I don't care. I just like to hear what people have to say about this stuff. When did you start playing Gran Turismo? When did you jump in? What era is your favorite? What era is your least favorite? Just give me information about it, because I'm so curious, like, what people think. Because I think, obviously, in the newer era, you get a lot more of these, like, microtransactions, which are hideous and don't make the games age well. But the games look great, and 7's trying to fix that stuff. And, like, Sport didn't have microtransactions, but Sport was, like, an online-only, like, E-League. So they think they didn't need to do microtransactions, or they just didn't make any money on that game. I don't really know. It feels like Gran Turismo 7 or Sport made a lot of money. And so 7, they're trying to like incorporate what they did in... Or Sport, they made a lot of money. 7, they're trying to incorporate some of that stuff. But it's just wild. It's wild to think about how it's changed. Because like back in the day, in the PS2 era, this stuff wasn't even a thing. There was no need to have stuff like this, like people competing. It was just, I don't know, it's weird to think about. Again, I'm not bashing the new era, it's just modern game. I think it's just, I've made a few rants about this. I hate modern gaming with a passion because of the fact that games are never complete and are so buggy at launch. If you're new to gaming, if you're
10 years younger than I am. Games used to come out and they were finished. They were finished and they were amazing. There might be a few glitches, but they were never game breaking because they had enough time to make the game great. That's not really a thing anymore, and it's sad. It's just nowadays games have day one patches because the game's completely busted and characters are blocky and look like a PlayStation 1 game. It's hysterical. So again, let me know in the comments what you think of what are the best what are your thoughts on Polyphony? Just tell me your thoughts on what you think about everything with the whole franchise. Do you think that they're in a good place? Do you think they're not in a good place? Do you think that they've been abusing the system? I don't know. If you hate them, let me know. If you love them, let me know. I ultimately still love Polyphony. I think they're a great company. They're one of the few companies that, like, listens. So when they made 7 and it was terrible, they, like, fixed it. They probably made $1 billion off of that first week. And then they fixed it. Like, that's great. Fix the game, And then they did. And I think people went like, thanks. And then probably some people bought a skin or something, Like most people that make, like, this is how I am. If a company listens to their fans and fixes the game, then I respect them. I think Polyphony still genuinely loves what they do. I think that it's tough that they can't. They need to do something to make more money because I think they don't make enough money, honestly. They need to make more profit. Like, I think they need to do something, even if it's just something like I don't know what they need to do. I don't know. By this point, I mean, they keep fixing it, and this video will be dated at some point anyway, so it's like, I just want Polyphony to thrive, but I don't want them to become a AAA gaming studio that just ruins franchises, which I don't think they'll ever get to that point. I don't think they want to. I think there's been enough just complete disasters when it comes to games being launched that I think Polyphony is not stupid. They wait a long time to make their games, which is great. I love that they do that. I love that they've kind of always done that. They've always just, like, delayed games forever, and then when they delay the game forever, they're like, but here's a huge trailer of all that we've been working on, and afterwards, like, okay. It's always like, what they delay is not that they don't have anything, it's that they just want more. And I love it. So I think if I had to make a decision, I would say I love Polyphony, and I think the best era, well, I don't know. I don't know what I think, actually, because it seems like here's GT1 doing its glitch. I don't know. There's glitches in this game. It's great. I love it. But I think what I would say is that Polyphony, if you had to choose, I would say probably my favorite 2 generations are the PS2 era and then the PS4 era, because the PS4 era just looks so good. And I don't know. It's hard to decide because I think the PS3 era, they were trying to say, like, we're still focused on the story mode or the campaign of the game, but they weren't at all. And so I feel like with Sport, they just went all into it, and in 7, they actually, like, are learning. But 7 is not even close. Like, if you look at 7 and think 7 has a great, like, replayability, play 4. And if you haven't played 4 and you think that 7 is replayable, play 4. Play 3 too. Play both of them. I have been talking for way too long compared to what I was thinking I was going to do. I guess I'll just name this video Rant or something. I don't know. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoy. You guys and gals are amazing. I appreciate everybody who watches this video. Hopefully it gets some traction. I know that YouTube is doing what they do and making it so videos get squashed that don't have a lot of support. So who knows. Yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all appreciate these videos. They're very fun to make. And I hope y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the video.